still here. This is now the Entebbe Junction. We are trying to connect to Clocktower and then go via Queensway. Clocktower, we know it very well. We have worked on it, but I've not gotten an opportunity to take you there at night. But now we are going to see how it looks, and then also go up to Queensway. You remember Queensway was resurfaced during the COVID pandemic, and basically now has a new surface, looks much better. But we are going to see. This is Centenary Bank on my left, and you can get into Nakasero on my right at the various junctions. Nkrumah Nasa Road are on my left here, and we proceed to slope towards Clocktower, which is also in new shape. We have access by taxis coming from the old taxi park here on my right, but we will proceed to see how the Clocktower looks like, and then use the Queensway at this time of the night. The pedestrian flyover here is very visible, well lit and everything. And here in one of my videos I was suggesting that we should have had traffic separation for vehicles going towards the Entebbe Road. But anyway, this is what we have at the moment. You will appreciate the well-lit pedestrian bridge, circular in nature, which is around here, and of course the rest of the intersection. At this junction, of course, we have only traffic towards Entebbe, and you can see the flyover that brings vehicles from Zambia and the Mukwano side, and it's able to let them actually dodge the traffic that is at that junction, and they get back onto the Queensway Road at this point, just that is coming up ahead. But you can see how wide this place has become. This is very good in terms of quickly evacuating the traffic. But now this is where the trick comes in, and I hope you can listen to me very carefully here. And this is something I've been arguing about from all the way. If it does not matter how much we are able to widen the junction at Clocktower, if these outlet roads are going to remain the same size, and most importantly, the same size wouldn't be a problem. Most importantly, the junction at Chivuye. That's the junction that releases or relieves all this traffic onto the main Entebbe Road. And until such a time when we have a flyover at Chivuye for traffic coming from this side of town and heading towards Entebbe, we are not going to solve the problem here. I was 100% expecting to find this traffic jam, which basically piles up to Chivuye, and you know Chivuye is another major roundabout. As we go through this slow-moving jam, at this time it's coming to 10 p.m. But you can see traders on my left. They have lined up merchandise, used clothes, shoes, plates, cups, utensils, and whatsoever. And all of them are trying to. They were once in that section which was widened, but they have now come here, which is okay. This is Kampala. Kampala is for hustlers. That is lovely. But had I come here at around 7-8 p.m., I know now on my left you can see pedestrians walking back, but around 7-8 p.m. you'll have the pedestrian walkway, which is now well lit, quite widened, but many people, hundreds of them, actually move from town. They commute on foot from town to areas of Makindye, to areas of Chivuye, to Najanankumbi Stela, to Namasuba. You can find still a trail of them heading up to Zana, and along, basically feeding into the different parts of town. But back to my point, I was saying that until we have this traffic coming from Clocktower towards Entebbe, or going to Makindye, or branching onto the right to join Masaka Road, until we can have, say, 3 lanes that start up ahead and a flyover to let those going through towards Entebbe to fly off, those going on the right to branch right but still overhead, and those going towards Makindye to turn left, we will not have a solution yet to this traffic. I know it is moving, it is slow, but it can be faster. We can invest something, we can get some interruptions, inconvenience in terms of construction time, but believe me, that will be worth it. Once we have that, we'll have improved this situation. Those of you who remember the Northern Bypass, before they put the flyovers at the different roundabouts, you remember how the situation used to be so ugly, the clogging of vehicles there. I think that can be improved, but I know we will get there. I know we have technical teams at the authority, technical teams planning for the planning offices, and those are the people here. Over here we used to have a pedestrian crossing that has since been removed. I think it had passed its useful life, but now people find their way crossing just the road directly. I think that is something that needs to be reinstated. People have to cross from Katwe and then head into deeper parts of Makindye. I think that is still very important. But I appreciate the different stakeholders who have made sure that this part of this Queensway is well lit, and especially the part where they've provided for pedestrians. The jam is slow moving, but it moves. But I'll insist that it can be better, it can be improved. Yeah, at night, you all know why these people have lined up merchandise on the left. It's because during the day, the KCCA enforcement teams will round them up with their little items and then take them, basically confiscate them. So at night, when they all return to their comfortable places, the Muntu Wawansi are able to come here and at least collect a few coins that they are able to get. At least we've been able to catch up with the foot traffic here. You can see the number of people that are heading out of town. These are people that we need to plan for. I am a bit I don't know how to say it, but the people who are commuting on the left, it's not because they want to walk the 5, 7, 8 kilometers up to their destinations, but it's because maybe they've only saved up a few shillings from their work in town, and they're better off, putting that to good use other than spending it on transport, which will basically keep you in this jam. But they start veering off into the several accommodations inside there, which are another point of concern for the city. There are more or less slums deep in Makindye, deep in Katwe, and so on. Yeah, but this is Queensway. The road is I can say it is near perfect in terms of surface, recently resurfaced, and I think they did a good job in terms of that. On my far left, there is a railway crossing. That crossing takes cargo all the way up to Nalukolongo, and I'm told it used to even transport people in the earlier days of this destination. That is no longer the case, but we will settle for what is available at the moment. Yeah, so this is it. We are now approaching the Kibuye Junction, which is basically the one responsible for this backlog and why vehicles here are stopping or they are finding it, they're slowing down. I can see already there is a vehicle that has broken down ahead, and that is compounding the effect. And here on my right is Katwe, the busy area that houses the number of businesses, fabrication centers. Those who know the famous Musa Body, you can find at Katwe literally all things related to machines, be it electronics, second hand and otherwise. So here you can see that this trailer is broken down here, and there is no remedy to get it off the road, but who cares? It's 10 p.m. on a Wednesday, so perhaps nobody is up to that job. So here we stand and we wait for perhaps our next call to move. I'll pause here for now until we are able to move forward and see how we proceed to the junction at Kibuye. But like I mentioned, on the right is the Katwe section of the road, which is equally dual lane and can also take you up to Kibuye. It's also equally jammed at this time, but I prefer to use this part because it, based on the research I've done and my experience, it is given preference in terms of vehicle release. So the other side is usually filled with taxis that use it, but I think the nature of this part, the Queensway, gives it preference by the traffic wardens at the Kibuye Junction. Yeah, but of course, you know, this is one way, so you can only access it from town towards the junction here at Kibuye, but the Katwe side also ferries vehicles from parts of Kibuye towards town, and all those that are accessing town through Clocktower would use Katwe side if they're coming from areas of Kibuye, Katwe, Ntebe Road, and so on. Yeah, but slowly by slowly, we are getting to the junction. This is where sometimes you wish that you are taking a border because you can see them quickly squeezing through the gaps between cars, and they're already faster than anyone else who is in the vehicles. So, but this is also a challenge because now they end up clogging the junction because they have quick access to it, and they interrupt the traffic flow for other directional movements. And their issues are a bit complicated at the moment. Every year there are plans to relocate them outside the city and make sure that there are no cities, at least in the central business district, but those plans sometimes fail due to a number of concerns or due to a number of other intervening I don't know, call it policy or I prefer to look at it as the political environment not having the will to make a decision. Yeah, but here we are moving at Kibuye. Chibuye serves Masaka Road, serves now those continue to Entebbe Road, serves on the left Makindye. Makindye is another busy place, but most of the vehicles that are going through from this side are either heading to Makindye or proceeding straight towards Entebbe roadside to areas of Ajanankumbi, Sitela, to those places. So I want to squeeze through here. As you can see, I'm not the only one thinking like that. Yeah, it's a roundabout ahead. And once you're on the roundabout, there is of course the confusion. You may find I'm heading towards Makindye, but at the same time I'm on this inside lane, so I need to turn left and cross the other lane. So it's a bit confusing sometimes. Not confusing, but I think it's just about how we drive here in Kampala. And eventually everyone goes through. It just takes time and a little patience here. We shall get home at the end of that day. This place here is always interesting. You see this barrier in between. This road, Queensway, was once also available for other traffic coming from Chibuye towards town, so they could pass on that section which has this barrier in between. But ever since, even after they turned it into a one-way, that section was never removed. So the barrier remains here, and you can see at least some vehicles on my right also trying to access the junction, but using that side of the road. So they're not going in any different direction, but we are all headed to the same place. And those are the borders I was talking about. They rush in and clog the junction. They overwhelm the traffic wardens, and we end up all having to patiently wait. And here I have to indicate that I'm heading this side, else because I need to take the left towards the Makindye. So we are at the roundabout now. This is now the start of Makindye Road. We are going to turn left, but you can see the Kavuyo here. I want to access the outer side of this road, and so that I proceed without any consideration. Most of the vehicles are going towards Entebbe, but here I'm turning left towards Makindye so that we see this busy part of the road. You can see the traffic jam all the way from the junction at the barracks. All these vehicles are trying to access the junction. You can see the traffic officers. They are here. It's after 10 p.m. Wanted to see how busy this place is. I don't know why this guy is closing the road, and yet I need to access it. Anyway, we'll still find our way around here. There's the police station that we just passed on the left. This is the famous prayer palace on my left. Makindye is the hub of entertainment. It's an entertainment hub with the lots of restaurants, happening places, and our friends in the entertainment industry have made it a preferred place to be in the evening. On the right we have the Shell, which also has KFC, which is a very good thing for the residents this side. But all these vehicles you see now parked along the side of the road are basically the occupants are already somewhere inside there trying to have a good time. My left is Climax, the number of places, some are still open. Yeah, so this is Makindye at night. On the road here it may seem a bit quiet or less noisy, but inside there in the different avenues people are busy. Here we approach the junction at Makindye Barracks. We can go through and head towards the Luafu. We can turn right and go back to Entebbe Road. We can also turn right and connect to Salama Road, but we are going to go left and see the dark part of Makindye and how it connects to Lukuli. Yeah, this is the junction. It is lit. The lights are working, though not in our favor at the moment, but soon they will be. And all those sirens you hear are going to add to the traffic challenge at Chibuye. So let's go and see what is on this side. You can see how people are throwing bottles. I just survived one. I think there must be some drunk people. On the left here is a dangerous part of this area. I cannot guarantee the security here, but on the right, you know, it is the army barracks, Makindye barracks. But it's interesting to know that they're not correlated. We have, if it were a bit darker here or later in the night, you would be able to see a number of our sisters that line up a bigger section of this road. But anyway, this is now parts of Makindye, the deeper parts. And the Lukuli Road basically starts at this junction and you turn right. There are a number of slums here in this area, so I don't know what solution will ever happen for some of these slums that are almost in the center of the city. Perhaps government will find ways of working with them or find options to make the situation better. There's a lot of poor planning, roads, facilities, services, and so on. But yeah, at least the major roads have been improved, including this one coming from the barracks up to Zambia, up to Lukuli. At least those ones have been worked on. When you go in some parts there in Katwe, you'll find other roads have been, improved. I think for today and in the interest of time and the length of video, I don't want to go beyond this. We'll stop here, and let me wish you a good night, a good evening, and a good day wherever you are, and stay blessed. Bye bye.